Good morning, scholars. I hope you're doing well. This is Miss O'Toole, and Dallas is joining us this morning. He wanted to say hi. So we're sitting here in my living room in front of my little fake fireplace, doing some work on the computer. And I saw a lot of your responses. Really exciting to see your comments. What you learned about the periodic table makes me really happy. I saw that most of you figured out how to put the actual periodic table on a doc. Thank you for doing that as well. I really appreciate that. It makes it a lot easier. That way, eventually, also, if we want to print it out, if you didn't already have it in your notebook, that's great. So that makes like 10 times easier. So I hope you had a relaxing weekend. I don't want you doing work on the weekend. So the JPSS assignment is due tonight by 11:59. What you're going to do is you're going to go on the JPSS site that I gave you the link to. Watch the videos if you haven't already done this. Fill in the CER. I already gave you the claim. So all you have to do is cite your evidence from watching the actual videos and then explain your reasoning of why you chose that evidence and why do you think it supports the claim. That's due tonight. What you have for the rest of the week is Chem Speller, which I'm going to post my example. It's not done yet, so I'm not going to post it until it's done. So Dallas is moving away. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our name on a piece of paper. Some of you already did it. And then watch that video that I posted with it. And you're going to design each letter for your name for the test, for the actual elements. And then there's a virtual lab attached. If you can just screenshot like it says in Seesaw, so you can either attach it to the assignment in Google Classroom or you could attach it in Seesaw. If you're going to attach it in Seesaw, just make sure you go into Google Classroom and hit turn it. And if it's not there, I'm going to go look for it in Seesaw. So either platform is fine. If you put it on the Seesaw platform, it's easy for your parents to actually access it as well if they want to, kind of have a catalog of your work from this year from science. Just say it. Anyway, so the last thing that's due is the scavenger hunt, which I posted about last week. That you got a paper copy of when you saw me on Friday. If you didn't get a paper copy because you weren't there on Friday, I posted it. So I made it actually a Google Doc. So all you have to do is type in it. I'd ask that you type in a different color. Just change your font color. That way, I know that you actually went and researched the information using Britannica or Chem for Kids. Don't be going out there and Google copy and pasting, because that's lazy and then you're not learning anything. You're just excelling your skills in copying and pasting. And I hate to say that, it's not a real world skill. So, looking ahead, and don't mind me, I have my laptop on a little table right here. So looking ahead, besides the fact that the Chem Spell and the virtual lab are due Wednesday, the 25th, because today's the 23rd, you have the periodic scavenger hunt, which is due Friday, the 27th. You have 2 activities for FOG listed in Google Classroom. Right here. I think it's actually white due to the lighting. So anyway, they're listed above homework. So with the FOG activities, it's the Frayer models, and I made a Frayer model that you can type in now, because originally it was a PDF just to show you an example. Some people went ahead. Don't go ahead. I've even told you this when we were in school. Don't go ahead. You are not going to make noise while I'm talking to the kids. He's trying. So I didn't want you to go ahead. I wanted you to start this now. I want you to have a conversation with your parents about, thanks guys, have a conversation with your parents about those vocabulary words, understanding what fats, oils, and greases are, having a conversation with them about how you interpret them and deal with them every day in your life when you're cooking, out in the real world also, at their job, at the school. Think about that. So there's an attachment for you to copy. So literally you just need to make a copy of it, and it has the Frayer models in it, and it has enough for every single word, and then it has the 3-2-1 activity, which is they're both outlined and explained in detail. And if you just make a copy of the example I put up, you'll have both activities on the same slides. So when you turn one in, you just change the name to Freyer, your name and Freyer model, and then you turn the other one in, you make a copy of your work, and then change the name to your name and 321 activity. That way when you turn both of them in, I can see all of your work. That is all I have for you for now. I'm hoping that we're together sooner than later. The fog lab that we were actually supposed to do is kind of impossible to do because you don't have the materials at home without actually being in school. The same thing with the dots and the marshmallow molecules. So, I will try and get creative today in the next few days, and I'll be returning some emails from y'all later and figure out if maybe there's something that you can do while you're at home, because I don't want your parents to have to leave the house, and they should not be expected to leave the house to go get any materials. Right now we're supposed to be staying in our homes. So we're going to work better together, and I will find other ways for us to simulate those activities, and then when we get back, we'll do those activities. And depending on what happens, if we don't end up going back for the whole rest of the year, which I don't know what's going to happen, I'll give you that stuff. That way you can do it over the summer. So, because there will be at some point where we will touch base back in the school. I know that. Keep me posted if you need anything. I'm here for you. You guys are on my mind, and the less that I've seen you now makes me miss you even more. And the fact that it was an unplanned break, because we're used to in our minds scheduling this planned break time and going, all right, well, I have this much time until I go back. We're doing okay here. Everyone's good. Nothing's bad. A little bit of allergies, that's about it. The cherry blossoms are blooming. And yeah, here, let me see if I can show you. So if I turn it around here, you guys can see the water. So I'm thinking about you. I'm sending good energy your way. Those 321 and fog activities are the only thing for next week. The Freyer model. So I will check in with you later this week. Keep working on your interactive word wall if you haven't finished it. And if you haven't finished your corals poster. If you need anything, let me know. I'll check in with you midweek via video. Lots of love. Bye.